Yeah, greetings, greetings, greetings to you all, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, people of goodwill. Of course, this is Coastal Biafran TV, and I am live and direct with somebody special, not just to me, but to Biafrans all over the world. Somebody we all know, we have heard about him, but of course, I will always give the space according to the protocol to allow him, or should I say, introduce himself to Biafran people. And of course, so I'm moving forward today. Before the program will begin, of course, you know my name, Najite Higo. I am an Izon and Urobo speaking Biafran. And I don't have to move further than this. So let us go for our national anthem. Then we go for the main reason why we are here. And I will advise you to advise others to be part of this very great program. Because today is going to be in form of lecture. It's going to be, very well, very educating. So you should also come with your pen and paper, and also come with your mind, a positive, an opening mind, mind of learning, mind of knowing new things. So I can promise you all, dear friends, that of course you are going to learn one or two things here today. So we go for the national anthem and we come back, we start the program. Yeah, welcome back, great dear friends, lovers of freedom, people of goodwill and good conscience. Of course, the protocols remain one because we are making it a duty for us to make sure we pass this very message to Biafrans before we do anything on this very platform, and which I'm going to do now, just a very short clip. I'm going to play it so that Biafrans should understand what is driving us. Biafrans should understand where we're coming from and exactly where we are heading to. And the things that have been keeping us moving till this day. All hail Biafra.
Do you now understand what we are fighting? We must make it very, very clear that we are in a struggle for liberation. There is no democracy in a revolution. We are in a perpetual state of a revolution. There is no democracy. We are a quasi-military organization, not in terms of our outlook or pursuit of what we believe in, but in terms of how we are structured. It is called command and control. That is why we are the highest, the largest mass movement in the world. When Biafra comes, you can do all the democracy in your life that you want. There are a lot of things that we are doing that we cannot tell you. When we tell you sometimes, oh, but why are you telling us? You don't have to tell us. But when we don't tell you, you also complain. Oh, why haven't you told us? So we cannot win. If you take them up, they say, you know, Sumabeke is the dead body of a white court mine those days. White colonialists. What do you see? This state commissioner. Take him up, you say no. Bring him down, you say no.
All hail Biafra. All hail Biafra. Of course, moving forward, we quickly go straight to the big fish we have in the house for today's program. The person of Mark ZEK, please take the mic and introduce yourself once again to Biafrans all over the world, especially for those who are meeting you for the first time. But I'm not sure there are, but please do according to the protocol, sir.
All right. Good evening, great Biafrans, lovers of freedom. Mazi, I hope I'm coming out clear.
Yeah, of course you are. Of course.
All right. Permit me to greet Biafrans, everybody who have tuned in this evening. And I want to say a warm good evening from here to you. And also, I want to thank our brother who have given me the opportunity and the platform to come up this evening to expose the evil they call Fulanis and janjaweed, because one thing they don't understand is that they fail, or rather they think that we don't know nothing, and that's why they call us miscreants. But of course, out of these miscreants, we have legal people there, we have lawyers, we have engineers, we have doctors, people who knows the law and people who knows also the ways of the Fulani. So I want to thank you this evening, and of course, I will appeal that you get your pen and paper, because we are going to teach you things that you might know before or things you might be hearing for the first time this evening. And please, another thing, I want you to invite your friends, invite all your brothers and sisters, even our enemies, so that they can also come and hear this evening. Once again, thank you very much. And Mazi, thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mazi Ikechukwu. Yeah, Mazi Ikechukwu is here with me, and as you have seen, Mazi, the first thing we have on the table, dealing with the zoo, it is very good that we go to the background or the beginning of the whole thing, because zoo normally, they normally pick things, in the middle, always in the middle, or even in the ending of the situation, the end of the situation. I think Mazi Ikechukwu is having network issues over there. Before he will come back, Mazi, if you can hear me, you can log out and come in again. I think your network is disturbing over there. You can go out and log in again. I believe you can hear me, because you are now out of the studio due to network. You're backstage, but you can log out and re-log in again. So before Mazi Ikechukwu comes back, let us just go for a very short break.
Sarah, please, you're talking from.
Now understand what we are fighting. We must make it very, very clear that we are in a struggle for liberation. There is no democracy in a revolution. We are in a perpetual state of a revolution. There is no democracy. We are a quasi-military organization, not in terms of our outlook or pursuit of what we believe in, but in terms of how we are structured. It is called command and control. That is why we are the highest, the largest mass movement in the world. When Biafra comes, you can do all the democracy in your life that you want. There are a lot of things that we are doing that we cannot tell you. When we tell you sometimes, oh, but why are you telling us? You don't have to tell us. But when we don't tell you, you also complain. Oh, why haven't you told us? So we cannot win. If you take them up, they say, you know, Sumabeke is the dead body of a white court mine those days. White colonialists. What DC, district commissioner. Take him up, you say, no. Bring him down, you say, no.
Yeah, of course. As you all know, as we're waiting for Mazi Ikechukwu, let okay, I think it will be back short as soon as possible. Mazi Ikechukwu will be back as soon as possible. As we all know, the happenings in the zoo contraption. And the things that is going on in the court, the things that happened in the court on the 21st of October, and we all know, we all are aware that they have postponed the court case of our leader till they have postponed the court case of our leader till next month on the 10th of November. And these people, they really play, these are the things I believe Mazi Ikechukwu is going to, enlighten our people on today. They love playing this TACKIA stuff. They love playing this divide and conquer pattern. They understand that the Anambra election will be held. It will be held on the 6th of November, and they now postpone the court case till on the 10th of November. So it means they have already passed a message to us, and I believe they themselves, they are also aware that Biafra are more than smart. The Biafrans are smarter than them in all angles. So Mazi Ikechukwu is back here. Mazi,
thank you.
Going further, I would like you, to start from the beginning. How this whole thing happened after the rendition of our lead, after the illegal, illegal kidnap and the rendition of our leader. They also took him to court. They also, because I want you to actually start from there. They also took our leader to court without the knowledge of his lawyers, without the knowledge of our representative. They took him there. So, in other words, and the judge also sat there. The judge sat there and listening to them. Looking at all these things, should this kind of court, should we still have faith, or should I say, should we continue the case with such judge? Because it has already shown, or should I say, it has already proven to us that he can do and undo for sitting without the consent of our lawyers. So, Mazi Ikechukwu, I will want you to start from there, pick it up from there. Share your own view and your own understanding concerning that very particular beginning of the case of our leader. with the zoo government, please.
All right. Thank you, Mazi, once again. And I do apologize for the network interference that I had earlier on. All right. Before I go to the main lecture of today, first of all, let me introduce myself properly. And then, of course, people can understand my background, where I'm coming from. My name is Amazi Chukwu, like I said earlier. I'm a broadcaster at Radio Biafra. Of course, Radio Biafra Motherland, Radio Biafra SADC. I've been doing this since 2017, since the inception of Radio Biafra Motherland in South Africa. Then in terms of education, I studied forensic investigation.
My God, I think the network has started again. That is the network.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you
Yes,
now. Go
sir.
ahead. Yeah.
Can you? All right. So I studied forensic investigation at the University of South Africa. And then also currently I'm a forensic investigator by profession. And I'm in my final year as a law student in the University of South Africa. Of course, by next year, I will be graduating as a lawyer. So this is my background. So I'm saying all this things so that people can understand that I have at least a little bit of knowledge when it comes to law, when it comes to investigation. It is my discipline. All right, let's get straight to it. Our leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, was abducted in Kenya. All right, against all international conventions, international norms, international treaty. It is not allowed. It cannot be done because the UN Convention, prohibits such acts. Rendition of people is not allowed. If the government of Nigeria felt that they want to bring Mazen Nnamdi Kanu back to Nigeria, there are legal process to do that. Okay? They have to apply to the United Kingdom and ask them for extradition of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, a legal extradition. And then, of course, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu will be taken to the court in the United Kingdom, where he will be, the matter will be heard, whether he should go back to Nigeria to face trial or not. If at the end of the day, a competent court found reason with Nigeria, they can order that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu be taken back to Nigeria to face trial. That is a legal way to do it. Mazi, don't forget that some time ago, Nigeria tried the same nonsense when they wanted to rendiate Omar Diko from Britain. They were caught. And Britain, because of that, severed all ties with Nigeria. Economic embargo was placed on Nigeria. Most of those people were arrested and they were incarcerated. And yet, Nigeria have not learned. It's not the first time they've done this nonsense. So now they went to Kenya, and of course, money exchanged hand, and Kenya agreed to do their dirty work. Now, when they brought Mazen Nnamdi Kanu back to the zoo called Nigeria, the first thing they would have done is to alert his lawyer, because an accused person have a right to what? To a lawyer. That is why before you get arrested, they will read you your what? Your rights. They will tell you you have a right to a lawyer. If you don't have money for one, the state will provide you with a free lawyer. That is how it's done. Now, they went straight to court without informing Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's, lawyer that they have his client, which is in breach of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's fundamental human rights. Okay? So that was the first mistake. The second mistake they did after the rendition of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. So this is the background, what they did. Now, that takes me now to the lecture of today. The question we are asking is this: does Nigeria have the jurisdiction to try Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, somebody who was rendiated from Kenya to Nigeria? Do you have the jurisdiction? Because in terms of the law, let me get this open so I can be able to tell Biafrans what is happening here. All right, just 1 second for me. There we go. First of all, we need to ask the question, what is jurisdiction? Because this is what conferred rights and entitlement to a court of law to hear a matter. Onajite, if they take you from Germany to Lagos, do you understand my point? Let's say you committed a crime in Germany, and then they just sneak you away from Germany, take you to Lagos, and say that you're going to be tried in Lagos. The question is, does Lagos have jurisdiction to hear your matter? That is number one thing, because the crime in question was committed where? In Germany. So let us see what is jurisdiction and also what confers a court with jurisdiction. Unbelievable. Please hold on for me because internet is a bit sluggish. I don't know what is going on this evening. I'm trying to open up a document here, but of course it is coming up. So let's exercise patience as it opens. So as I was talking about, it is a question of jurisdiction. Does Abuja have the right to try Mazen Nnamdi Kanu? First of all, the process of arresting somebody has to be legal to start with. Do you understand? Let's say a policeman comes and arrests you, Mazi, and he did not read you your rights. Do you understand? He beats you up, he assaults you, and then he takes you to court. Number one, the process has been flawed. Do you understand? Because the court case doesn't start only in court. It starts from the moment the person was arrested. I don't know if you get what I mean. Exactly. It starts from the moment when the person was arrested. Now the question is, he was arrested. Did you read him his rights? Why did you assault him? Don't you understand that this person that you arrested has also his own right as a person? Now, where did you arrest him? That's another question. Let's say, for the sake of argument, you arrested him in Imo State and you took him to Abuja High Court. Now, the judge will ask you, where did you arrest him? You said, no, I arrested him in Imo State. But he said, why are you bringing him to Abuja? Is there no high court in Imo State? It's a question of jurisdiction. Do you understand? Which means you are supposed to take him to Owerri High Court, because that is the area where you arrested him. I'm trying to explain to us what is jurisdiction. Okay, now, in a nutshell, in a layman point of view, jurisdiction is a power vested in a court to adjudicate upon or determine or dispossess of a matter. Do you understand? Thus, in order for a court to exercise jurisdiction, such court must satisfy two requirements. Firstly, the court must have the authority to hear the matter. And secondly, it must have the power to enforce judgments. Now, the question is, does Abuja High Court have the power to hear Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's case? In this case whereby he was rendiated, the question is no. Now, technically, we still believe that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is still in Kenya. I don't know if you get me right. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is in the legal world. In the legal world, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is not in Nigeria. He is in Kenya. That is the way the law sees Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, because the process whereby he was brought back from Kenya to Nigeria is flawed. And because that process is flawed, the law still sees Mazen Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya and not in the zoo called Nigeria. Do you understand me? Now, because the law sees Mazen Nnamdi Kanu technically in Kenya, automatically jurisdiction has been taken away from Abuja High Court. As a matter of fact, I was surprised as a legal person that our leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was asked to plead. I don't know if you get me. I was surprised that he was asked to plead. Now, legally, you can go and ask his lawyers or any legal person you know. Legally, he is not supposed to plead. There's not supposed to be a case to start with. The issue, they should be talking.
Can I just come in a little here?
By all means, you can come in, man.
saying that the court did not have any jurisdiction to try MNK in Abuja. But already this same court has already entertained the case already. They have already entertained the case, which is in is first appearance. Even despite that, our legal MNK legal representative are not there. They are not even aware that their client is going to court. So, don't you think, because these people have already breached the law, don't you think they will continue doing this? Or what is the main alternative that you think Biafrans can use to iron this very issue?
All right, you see, the thing is, our leaders, legal personnel, or his legal team, they know exactly what I'm talking about. That in the normal sense of Mazi, can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. The network.
Yes, I can see that.
Yeah, but you can go ahead now, sir.
Can you hear me now? All right.
Very
So
well, very.
the lawyers of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they know what I'm talking about. Our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they know what I'm talking about. They know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should not stand trial in Abuja. It is legally wrong. It is oxymoron. It is oxymoron in a legal term. He cannot stand trial in Abuja because Abuja lacks jurisdiction. But I think the reason why our legal team is flowing with the way things are going is because they know they are in the zoo. Do you understand? So they have to use what they have at the moment. They have to work with what they have. Because for me, the case that should be happening now is the rendition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. A trial within trial. That's what we should be talking about. A trial within trial. What is a trial within trial? Before even Mazi Nnamdi Kanu appear before Abuja High Court, there should be a hearing in the chambers of Binta Nyako. Now, that hearing in the chambers of Binta Nyako will comprise all Mazi Nnamdi Kanu legal team and then the state. Now, what are they going to be talking about? Our defense team will be saying, this is wrong. The process is flawed. You rendited him from Kenya, and that does not give Abuja jurisdiction to try him. International law says what you did was wrong. United Nations, everything, every convention is saying that what you did was wrong. Therefore, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should be taken back to Kenya, and he should be compensated. Yeah. So this is what they should be.
Judiciary. I say, including the zoo judiciary, their law.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. The zoo judiciary is the one to tell DSS to say, listen, I don't think we have jurisdiction. Take this man back to Kenya, and from Kenya back to the UK. And when he's back in the UK, you can now apply for extradition. Then, if Britain court approves the extradition, then you bring him back, then we try him in Nigeria. There is no shortcut. You cannot go from the back corner and you bring him and you want us. It's not a kangaroo. Nigeria is practicing common law and international law at the same time. You understand that? Meaning that whatever is applicable internationally is also applicable in Nigeria. Nigeria does not have its own isolated law. When you look at the zoo constitution,
don't you think they are bringing up, they are using the Sharia law, their own isolated law?
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm coming there. I'm coming there. This is Fulani. These are Fulani you are dealing with here. You know, Olajite, me and you, we always think we are clever. We are not clever. Fulanis are more clever than us. I've accepted it and I've made peace with it. It's all the whole thing. Oh, we are the most clever. We are so intelligent. My friend, intelligence is when you make use of your brain. Do you understand? Fulanis know how to play the game. Oh boy, they do. And they play it very well, very sweetly. And that will take us to TACKIA. I'm coming to TACKIA. But let's finish with this issue of jurisdiction. So what am I saying in essence?
Evil part.
Binta Nyako shouldn't have entertained the appearance of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in her court. Because it violates the court process. It violates the legal process. Because first thing she needs to do is to say to herself, do I have jurisdiction? Does my court have jurisdiction to hear this matter? Then if she realizes that this is the case of extraordinary rendition, she will make a ruling and say, please take this man back to Kenya.
Exactly.
Because the process is flawed. Listen, let's assume for all ramification, let's assume that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, let's assume he jumped bail and ran away. Let's assume. It still doesn't give you the right. Are you listening to me? Let's assume he jumped bail and ran to the UK. It still doesn't give you the right to do what? Kidnap him or rendate him back because he jumped bail. Do you understand? Because he has crossed to another territory, another country. Do you understand? You need to say to yourself, do I have extradition treaty with the UK? If you have an extradition treaty with the UK, what do? You apply. This stupid Malami, a Sharia judge or Sharia magistrate or whatever he is, a Sharia leader. I don't know where he went to school. I don't know where he studied. He should know better that his office was supposed to write a letter to the United Kingdom government and say to them, we need Mazi Nnamdi Kanu back to Nigeria to stand trial. And then they will go to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and serve him paper, and he will appear in any high court in the UK. When he appears in the UK, he will get his own lawyer. It will be a normal trial. Do you understand? At the end of the day, if the judge rules or see it fit that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must go back to the zoo called Nigeria, he can appeal also. But at the end of the day, say they rule and say you need to go back to the zoo called Nigeria, then he can go back to Nigeria legally. Then Abuja can now have jurisdiction to try him. Do you understand? That is number one. So, but now they choose to go the shortcut. They choose to do it the zoo way by rendiating him back to Nigeria. So that is why I am so disappointed that Binta Nyako actually went ahead to hear that matter. I'm so disappointed.
That is the point now, Mazi. That is the point.
I am so disappointed that a judge. Please go ahead. I'm listening.
With seeing the obvious, why does she still proceed by even entertaining this very issue in the first place?
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Because there is no independence of the judiciary in Nigeria. The judiciary are not independent. Remember, they are brown envelope judges. Exactly. Now, remember, if you're expecting anything good out of this shenanigan, if you're expecting anything good, you're wasting your time. That is why Malami had his press conference on Friday. Do you know why? He's telling Binta Nyako what to do. Indirectly. Do you understand? But I will get to that. I will get to that. Now, in terms of jurisdiction, because we are still talking about jurisdiction here. Now, generally speaking, the public international law principle of territorial sovereignty provides that the courts of any given country have jurisdiction only, I say again, over the individuals or corporate entity who reside within their country. I don't know if you get that. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu does not reside. He does not reside in Abuja. He doesn't reside in Lagos. He doesn't reside in the zoo. He resides in the United Kingdom. So the question is, what is the nexus? What is the nexus that annex jurisdiction to Abuja? We will still get to the charges. You will laugh. When we get to the charges, you will laugh because I'm going to bring out the charges and I will tear it because I had a broadcast. I think it was on the 20th before the court date on the 21st. If you go to Facebook, Radio Biafra, you will hear my broadcast. Thank you very much.
To that very broadcast.
Thank you. Now, everything I said, everything, Olajite, tell me, everything I said on when, I think it was on Wednesday, right? My broadcast was on Wednesday. Yeah, on Wednesday.
It was on Wednesday, exactly. On Wednesday.
So,
yeah.
I encourage your listeners to go and listen to my broadcast on Wednesday. On Thursday, our legal team said exactly the same thing I said, because I know what I'm talking about. I'm not learning it. It's
I
something
believe
I've studied
many
all
Biafrans listen
this
to that very
years.
broadcast.
I knew that their charges, I knew that their charges were frivolent. Do you understand? Our lawyer said that those charges are akwa akara. You know akara, that paper you use to wrap akara. He said that the charges is akara, which I know. Even a first year law student, knows that there is no charges there. But this Sharia malami, Sharia lawyer or Sharia minister, he does not know that. Exactly. He's a Fulani man, a quota system, office bearer. So this, in a nutshell, this is all about jurisdiction, Mazi. And if you don't have all this, varieties, you are not entitled to hear a matter.
Don't you think, Mazi, please, before you go further, don't you think these people are actually quoting out of the Sharia law? Because we may be thinking, because as we speak now, we have two laws, ruling or should I say two laws that the zoo are working with, and one is legal and one is illegal. Don't you think they are already using the illegal part of it on us? Because in Sharia, you can somebody can just rise up and say, okay, this has become law. You understand? Because this very Malami has never all his statements. I know you're going there. Because all his statements, he has never quote from the constitution or from the laws that is the zoo laws or the zoo constitution. He never quote any chapter from that very aspect. But he just dishing out all this junk.
Mazi, you are preempting me. You are preempting me because I'm still coming there.
Okay,
That is TACKIA. I'm coming there. I want to educate our people and tell them what Fulani is doing. People don't understand. And we are going to get there. But before we go there, I want to look at the charges against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu briefly. Okay? And then I will tell you why that charges will never stand in any court of law anywhere in the world. Such charges. Now, let's take this for instance, the count one charge. They say that you, Nnamdi Kanu, male adult of Afaruku Ibeku, Umuahia, not local government area of Abia State, being the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, on diverse dates in 2014 and 2015. Listen to this. In London, are you listening on the line? In London, okay, let's stop. Let's just bear that in mind. In London, United Kingdom, did broadcast on Radio Biafra, monitored in Enugu, are you listening? And other areas within the jurisdiction of these honorable courts. Let me stop there.
I have a question.
Number one,
they are charging Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for that number one.
Wait, let me finish this one. Let me finish this one, then you can ask me a question, please. Okay, now, they said he committed a crime, allegedly, in London, United Kingdom. Are you listening? And the same crime he committed was over the airwave of a radio. And it was monitored by the spirit, by the janjaweed spirit in Enugu. Now, for that sake, Mazi, how does Abuja come in? Who gave Abuja jurisdiction? So,
my own question is, did the same London have authority? Did they have laws that prohibit somebody to commit crime against the state or individual? Did London have law that also bind on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu himself in that same London where they claim he committed the crime? Absolutely,
Mazi. Listen to this. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had committed a crime while in London, United Kingdom, Nigeria can still approach London and say, listen, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu committed a crime while on your soil. Can you please either prosecute him or bring him back home so we can prosecute him? Because remember, jurisdiction lies with London. Jurisdiction lies with London. Do you understand? Now, for that sake, now that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in the zoo called Nigeria, another person that could have jurisdiction is Enugu. If it was monitored in Enugu, then we need to go to Enugu. Thank you. We go to Enugu, then you bring that monitor. You bring that monitor, then we hear what the monitor says. But now, how does it end up in Abuja? That is why we are saying Abuja lacks jurisdiction to hear this matter. Now, Mazi, listen to this. You might ask yourself, like what you asked me, you said, does London have a law, that guides whatever? Mazi, there is what you call freedom of expression. Do you understand that? Freedom of expression, freedom of speech. It is alienable. It is an alienable right. It is an alienable right. The government cannot bully people around. The government cannot intimidate citizens. Citizens have the right to air their opinion. If you listen to during American election, people were insulting Trump. They were calling Trump all sort of names. Do you understand? They did a lot of things, and then nobody arrested them, nobody charged them to court, because there is what we call freedom of speech and freedom of expression. Now, listen to this, Mazi. Listen to this. The ratification of the United Nations Charter in 1945, after the end of World War II, placed the right of self-determination into the framework of international law and diplomacy, including Nigeria. Are you listening? You might say, people keep on saying, in Nigerian constitution, we don't have anything about referendum. That is nonsense. That is nonsense. Do you know why? Nigeria is a member of international community. They are signatory to so many treaties. Do you understand? Now, when the international community makes a law, it affects Nigeria automatically, willingly or unwillingly. Now, it is telling you that after the World War in 1945, there was something that was placed in every countries of the world, and that is what? The right to self-determination. And it says it must be in the framework of international law and diplomacy, and every country must do what? Abide by it. Now, so that is number one. It shows that what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was doing in London on the said date, he was actually exercising his right to what? Self-determination. And that could not be a crime. Now, let's proceed. The principle of self-determination is prominently embodied in Article 1 of the Charter of the United Nations. It says, all people have the right to self-determination. By virtue of the right, they freely determine their political status and freely pursue their economy, social, and cultural developments. Do you understand? Article 51 also says, nothing in this present charter shall impair the inherent right of individual or collective self-defense. So, do you see how we squashed charge number 1?
Exactly.
Do you see what I'm saying? The charge number 1 does not exist anymore. You see, I'm even going deeper. On the start is this. Once a court does not have jurisdiction, the matter will be struck off the roll, discharged and acquitted. For the fact that the incident happened in London, United Kingdom, automatically he should be acquitted on charge 1. Do you understand? Because Abuja will not even go further. Abuja cannot go further because it lacks jurisdiction to hear count 1. Mazi, now, there's another one. I love this one. I'm going to read this number 2. I don't want to read the whole 7 counts, but I want to take this number 2. This number 2 is very interesting. Listen to this. Count 2. That you, Nnamdi Kanu male, adult of Afaruku Ibe Kumwaya, not local government area of Abia State, on or about the 28th of April, 2015, in London, United Kingdom, again. All the crime was committed in London. In London, United Kingdom, did broadcast on Radio Biafra, monitored again in Enugu. I ask again, how does Abuja come in? That is Fulani for you. Now, let's continue. They said that you refer to Major General Muhammadu Buhari, GCON, the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as a pedophile, a terrorist, an idiot, an embodiment of evil. Knowing same to be false. Now, Mazi, I will come back. Just hold on.
Sorry, Mazi. So it has now become a case,
a crime.
So, my God. So if I tell you, Mazi, you are mad, though, Mazi, it means I'm going to jail.
No, Mazi, listen. No, listen, Mazi. No, Mazi, listen.
Listen,
I'm gonna be. No, Mazi, listen. I'm gonna be fair with you. If you call me anything you want to call me, okay? I can go and lay a charge against you, but it's between me and you. Even if I'm a president, it has nothing to do with the country. I will go and lay a complaint as an individual. As a matter of fact, if Buhari is alive, he is the one who's supposed to go
exactly to the court, not the state, not the state.
So if Buhari is still alive, he's the one who must go. If Buhari is still alive, he is the one who must go and lay a charge against Nnamdi Kanu as an individual, not on behalf of the state or whatever. And he must be, that's what you call criminal injuria. We call it here in South Africa, criminal injuria or defamation of character. He can charge Nnamdi Kanu for criminal injuria or defamation of character on his own capacity as Buhari. I don't know if you get what I mean. The state cannot charge you for calling Buhari names. No, the state cannot charge you. Buhari have the power, the right as an individual, as a citizen of Nigeria, to sue people, and people sue him as an individual. It has nothing to do with the government. Because Boris Johnson, people pelted eggs on him. They were throwing eggs on a prime minister of a country. I don't know if you know when that happened. People were pelting eggs, throwing eggs on a whole
even Italy
prime minister.
Of course. They attacked them a lot.
He was slapped. He was slapped. The prime minister, the president of Italy, France, so he was slapped, right? Macron was slapped, a dirty slap. A whole president was a dirty slap.
Yeah, of course, it's on media now. It was everywhere.
So, if Macron is aggrieved, you know what Macron will do? One day he will take off from work and go to the police station and open a case against the man who slapped him. It has nothing to do with the government. That is number one. And then, but now when you look at Article 10 of the Human Rights Act for freedom of expression, I want you to listen and pay close attention. It says, everyone has the right to freedom of expression. The right shall include freedom to hold opinions and to receive and impart information and ideas without interference by public authority. Did you hear that? Without interference by public authority. In essence, the government must not interfere when you're exercising your free expression. If you call Buhari a terrorist, it's your right. If Buhari doesn't like it, he will take you to court and you go and tell the court why you say he's a terrorist. Maybe you have a proof. As a matter of fact, if I ask you, is Buhari a terrorist? You will say yes, and you will give me facts and figures that will make me believe that he's a terrorist. So there is Article 10. So as you can see, count 2 gone down to the drain. Let me also look at this. Count 4, that you Nnamdi Kanu male, adult of Afaruku Ibe, Komahia, not local government area of Abia State, in London again. Between 2018 and 2021, Radio Biafra monitored in Enugu again. And I'm asking, what is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu doing in Abuja? Why is he not in Enugu High Court? If he committed a crime in London and it was monitored in Enugu.
It was monitored in Abuja. Then why Abuja now?
That's my problem. Why? How did Abuja come into the equation? What annexes jurisdiction to Abuja? I want somebody to help me and tell me. Let the legal mind, the son, intellectual in the zoo, come and tell me How did Abuja got jurisdiction? Is it through the back door? I need to know, because as a legal person, I'm struggling to know that. So they said, monitored in Enugu, and then he said, you profess, listen to this, you profess to be a member of Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, a proscribed organization in Nigeria, and you thereby committed an offense. Now, listen to this. He said he's an IPOB member in London. Is IPOB a proscribed organization in London?
The answer is no.
So how did he commit a crime? By saying in London that he's an IPOB member. Did he say it in Nigeria? Did he say it?
Mazi, this kind of case, they need to allow it, because we are also going to get there. They need to allow the media to cover this kind of case.
What do you call our leader?
Our lawyer speaking. We want to look the accused, the accuser, to speak before the media.
Our leader said, Fulani alarm me. Fulani alarm me. Do you see how the mind of a Fulani man works? Because he doesn't understand the law. He doesn't know anything about the law. So this is Sharia. Are you looking at it? This charges was phrased in terms of Sharia. In as much as we are laughing about these stupid charges, they use Sharia to phrase this. And they are planning to try our leader through Sharia. That's why they are fighting so hard to make it, a secret trial. A secret trial. Do you understand? Because they want to go the Sharia route. They know in terms of the normal international law and legal world, they cannot try. They know they have, this case has failed on arrival for the fact that he was radiated from Kenya to Abuja already has destroyed the case. So now, Mazi, let me finish this number 4, and then I will now go to TACKIA. Very, very important. Freedom of association is a fundamental human right, proclaiming the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, 1948. It is the enabling right to allow effective participation of non-state actors in economic and social policy, lying at the heart of democracy and the rule of law. So being a member of IPOB is a freedom of association. You want to belong, that's your choice. And no, it's not a crime to be a member of an organization. And it is only in Nigeria, in the whole world, that IPOB is called terrorist. Only in Nigeria. How come the whole world?
Even in Kenya never proscribed the indigenous people of Biafra.
So how come?
Yeah, Mazi, there is a question that I would also like to ask, because I know you have a lot to say. Actually,
Please go ahead.
IPOB. When you say IPOB, this is a nation. If I'm not mistaken, indigenous people of Biafra. That is the meaning of IPOB. Am I right?
Exactly.
So how can you proscribe a nation? You proscribe the entire race, and you are still governing them.
I'll tell you why.
As senators, you still have them as governors.
I'll tell you why, Mazi. I tell you why. I'll tell you why. Fulani knew that what happened in 1967 cannot happen again. Do you understand? They cannot kill us. They cannot massacre us just like that. So they have to find a way to kill us systematically. I preached a message on systematic extermination. If you are following me, maybe you've heard it. So how do you kill Biafrans in millions? It might take years, but at the end of the day, you will find out that you have killed more than 20 to 30 million Biafrans without even the people you are killing knowing that they have depreciated 30 million. So Fulani are very smart. Britain taught them well. So what did they do? If you want to kill a dog, you call him a bad name. Have you heard that saying? If you want to kill a dog, you call him a bad name. Now, if they do not proscribe IPOB and they start killing us systematically, the world will talk. So what did they do? They first of all proscribed IPOB, called the dog the bad name. And then it's only the Fulani, are you listening? It's only the Fulani that knows that IPOB is indigenous people of Biafra. We keep on saying it, indigenous people of Biafra. But we don't understand. We don't understand what we are saying. That we are representing the whole Biafrans. Fulani knows that IPOB is not an organization. IPOB is a people. It's a nation. It's a race. Fulani knows that very well. So if we proscribe IPOB, in other words, we will proscribe the whole nation of Biafra, and we can now kill them systematically. Now, remember, what follows proscription means you can kill them. It won't go to court. You know that. If they kill any Biafran, no court will hear it. That's why they keep killing. A policeman will just shoot you dead. You can't go to court because you are proscribed. Fulanis are clever. They know what they did. And is it working? Bro, it is working. Fulani man will tell you, hey, so Fulani man will tell you, I will kill you. And then he will kill you. And no court of law in Nigeria will hear about it because you are considered a terrorist, a proscribed organization, a proscribed nation. Let me tell you this thing. Before we wake up from sleep, Mazi, these people would have finished our generation before we wake up from sleep because we are sleeping. We are busy nagging, yapping on Facebook, talking rubbish. We follow this person, we follow that person, and Fulanis are busy killing. On Friday, on Thursday, they killed 5 people in Arochukwu. You're like, okay, it's only 5. But when you calculate how many people they've killed this year alone, you will be amazed. Gradually, surely, softly, our generation, our race is decreasing. So this is what Fulani did. And our people are still not yet to wake up to that reality. I just pray we wake up early. Maybe by the time we wake up, we are all finished. So now, let me finish on this thing. I want to go to count 7, and then I will summarize. I will finish on this charges against our leader. On count 7, that you, Nnamdi Kanu Mel, adult of Afaruku Ibeku, Umuahia North, local government area of Abia State, on the 31st May 2021, in London, again, United Kingdom, within the jurisdiction of the Honorable Courts, did an act of furtherance of an act of terrorism by issuing a deadly threat that anyone who flouted your sit-at-home order should write his or her will. Now, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in London. He said that people must sit at home. And people decided on their own to sit at home. So how is that a crime? Now, civil disobedience is legal. It's allowed. Civil disobedience can be defined as refusing to obey a law, a regulation of our power, judged unjust in a peaceful manner. It was done peaceful. People are sitting at home. Nobody made problems. Why? So you see, Fulani are so, I don't know how their mind works or who is their spin doctor. So Mazi, this is all about the charges, which is like akwụkwọ eji ekechi akara. A frivolous charges against our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, which of course will not see the light of day in any court of law. So this is where I will stop on this one. So if you have something to say, Mazi, you can go ahead before I go into TACKIA.
Mazi, yeah, before I go to the next phase of the program, I will quickly want us to just a very short clip of our leader and in the courtroom. I believe that everyone have seen this, and just like in form of break. So as immediately we play the clip, then we will come for the second phase of the program.
Sorry, please, I'm talking for
Okay, welcome back, Mazi. My question to you now, Mazi, is this. You know, with everything, with all the analysis, a very clean, a very clear analysis you have given, not just as a Biafran, but also as a legal practitioner. You know, you've made clear a lot of things. But Mazi, let me ask, with your own understanding and your own experience, we all know that the zoo government are already doing things illegal. Starting from the beginning of the procedure, everything was illegal, and it is still illegal till date as we speak. What did you? How do you see the chance of Biafrans in that very kangaroo court? How do you see a chance there? And what will be your own suggestion to our legal department?
All right, Mazi, I don't know if you are aware. Um, normally, in a court of law, when you bring a case before the court of law, and of course, the defense will look at the charges, okay? If they feel that the charges is nonsense, it's a waste of the court time, it's not going to make it at the end of the day. They can actually apply, like here in South Africa, you can apply for what we call Section 174 of the Criminal Procedure Act. Now, what is Section 174? I'm talking about in South African law. It's basically you are telling the court, listen, I don't think that these charges have potential of succeeding. As a matter of fact, this would be a matter of wasting the court time. It lacks merit. There is no evidence, substantial evidence to back it up. So we are asking the Honorable Court to strike it off the roll and discharge and acquit our clients. So this is what our legal team did, and that is why the case was postponed. Do you understand? So that Binta Nyako can go back and have a look on that application made by Ejiofor and his team. Now, after she might have had a look, she will come back on the 10th. When she comes back on the 10th, it's more like a judgment. She will give a judgment. And I would say it's more like also a trial within trial. She will give a judgment based on that application made by a lawyer, Ejiofor. So two things will happen on the 10th. Number one, is either Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is discharged and acquitted on the 10th. This is what normally happens in a competent court, a court where the rule of law operates. It's either Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is discharged or acquitted on the 10th, or the judge will say, no, I think this charges is prima facie. Yeah, it's prima facie. Prima facie means it has potential. It might, you understand, it might make headway. So then he will say, okay, fine, I am disqualifying this application, and the procedure must go on. Then they will not go back and start the trial again. What are they going to do? The state will now start calling their witnesses to come and testify. They will examine the witness. Our defense will cross-examine, and then they will re-examine. They will continue until they are done. Then if we have a witness as well, we'll present. But what I'm saying is this. I don't even think it will get to that level. I don't think so, because it's not supposed to. It can be. It can be. It's making a mockery of the judicial system.
Exactly.
I don't know why the sons. I don't know why all the sons in Nigeria are quiet. All the human rights lawyers in Nigeria are quiet, because this is making mockery. The whole world is watching. Bruce Fein from America was there. Bruce Fein was there. Can you imagine what is going?
He will just be looking at the judge.
In his mind. Can you imagine what is going in his mind? Are these people crazy? Do you call this thing law? Do you call this thing judicial sitting? You cannot do that. So, but we just have to see, because with the zoo, anything is possible.
Okay, thank you very much, Mazi. Going further, don't you think the UK itself or itself has a very big push in this from the side of the zoological republic, against its own citizen, because in my own opinion, they have not responded. They have not responded to this to the old drama of a thing the way they suppose or the way they should respond. And the matter of fact is that this person is their citizens, and they also kidnap this person illegally, not legally, illegally. So, in other words, I have not seen them, respond in the way they should. If it should be a white person, let's assume, how do they call it? Boris Johnson's son or daughter was kidnapped just the way our leader was kidnapped by the zoo government. I don't think Britain will even say illegal arrest. They will say this is kidnap. It is an issue of kidnapping because arrest never made. The zoo government, they have never made any arrest here. This is a kidnap. So, Mazi, don't you think the Britain are the one foiling the whole thing? Or let me put it this way: maybe Biafra should not expect anything from that area at all.
Mazi, first of all, is this: how are we sure? How are we sure that Britain is not in on it? That's number one thing you need to ask yourself. How are we sure that Britain is not in on it? Because there's a lot of conspiracy that went underground before this whole thing was hatched. Do you understand? So how are we sure Britain is not in on it? For me, the advice I will give to our legal team is very simple. Go and sue British government in their own country. I don't know if you're listening to me. Take them to court. Take them to court. You can take the minister of their home office. You know the minister of their home office? You can sue him and say to him, why do you keep silent while your citizen languish in Nigerian prison? Let him come and tell the court what is in it. Does he have any hand in it? For me, this is the only way I felt you would drag, because now you need to drag Britain. You need to drag them into it. Yeah, if you want to wait for Britain to say something, they will not say anything. Come on, we're talking about Biafra here. We are talking about Biafra. And you know how much Britain hates Biafra passionately with all their hearts. In as much as Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is a British citizen, he's a Biafran, don't forget. And he's pushing for Biafra agenda. And that does not go well with the British. So for me, I will advise them to sue Britain in their own country.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mazi Ikechukwu. Thank you very much, Biafrans. As you all know, this is Coastal Biafran TV. As you're joining, kindly invite other people to join us. Of course, we are going to open our line. You can ask your questions. If you have any questions for Mazi Ikechukwu, he's here live and direct to answer your questions. So, Mazi Ikechukwu, moving further, the second phase of the program, as I said, let's start looking the area, or should I say the roles Biafrans and IPOB leadership are now playing today. We all know that the leadership just promised, because I don't say they threatened, they promised the zoo government that IPOB will go 1 week lockdown. Starting, if I'm not mistaken, starting from on the 5th, if I'm not mistaken, starting from on the 5th of November. And we understand that how they call it, the Anambra governorship election will be held on the 6th of November. So, and we are going on lockdown. So, how do you see this? Do you think it is enough, or it is not enough in your own perspective to respond? That is our first response. And don't also forget that HOD, the person of Mazi Chikedozie, also promised the zoo that if they refuse to release our leader from now, which is on the 22nd, on the 22nd of October, the second day of that very court date, he promised the zoo government that we have, from that on the 22nd to the next month, which is November 22, if they refuse to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we are going to go on lockdown for a good 1 month, except on Sunday, which is worship days, where Biafrans worship Oputamono and Chukwokike at Biama. So, Mazi, do you think that very 1 week is enough as a response to the zoo government?
Mazi, before I go that, I think we are jumping something here. I want to touch a bit on TACKIA, because remember, that is what led to this pronouncement from our HOD. Now listen to this. Listen to this. Fulani think they are very clever. They think they are very clever. Maybe with their saboteurs in our land. Do you understand? Now you know what they did? They used TACKIA on Biafrans, and it nearly worked. It nearly worked. They said, let us flash Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in their face. Let's bring him out on the 21st. Immediately they see him on the 21st, they'll be so happy. They will rejoice and forget and lose focus. Then on the 6th, we will launch our election in Anambra State. Now, they brought Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to court on the 21st. Everybody was happy that they've seen our leader.
Exactly. And that is the reason why you give it to them. Of course, Mazi, you're very calculated. Thank you.
Then on Friday, Malami strike. On Friday, a day after, Malami strike. What did he do? He came out to the press and began to conduct another trial in absentia of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It is called trial before the media. He began to to start what you call trial in the media, and it's not allowed. It's illegal. Why is it illegal? He is the minister of what? Justice.
Minister
he is the minister of justice.
Exactly.
And he's not supposed to be seen to be biased. He should be neutral. But now he's trying to swap justice against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He's trying to bully Abuja High Court. She's telling them what to do. Indirectly. People did not notice that. What he did is a crime. What Malami did is what? A crime. He is not supposed to pronounce on a case that is happening in a competent court. Remember, Mazi, once a matter goes into adjudication before a court of law, you are not allowed to pronounce on it if you are a partaker in that matter, if you are a stakeholder. Malami is a stakeholder. He is the one on behalf of the states who have taken Nnamdi Kanu to court. And therefore, he cannot come out to the media and begin to do what? Crucify Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Because basically what he's saying is telling the court, you are incompetent. I can do better. That is what Malami is doing. Because that court is still before adjudication, before a competent court. But Malami is telling you that Nnamdi Kanu is guilty. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Trial before media is a crime. So what our legal team should do, they should drag Malami to court.
Thank you. And that was exactly the question I want to ask you.
Because what Malami is doing, what he is doing is wrong. It's trial before media and it's not allowed. That is why if you ask Aloy Jimako to tell you about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu case, he will be talking to you. At a point, he will say to you, I cannot get into the merit of the case. I don't know if you've heard him say that. Or even a Jofo, they will tell you, I cannot get into the merit because their legal profession ethics does not allow them to do that. Once they get into the merit of the case, they are jeopardizing their case that is already before adjudication. Do you understand? But I know what Malami did. It is called TACKIA, an ambush. Now, for the sake of those who understand how Fulani operates, or how Fulani runs the zoo, or how Fulani runs us, they call us infidels, unbelievers. They are the believers. Now, listen to this. I don't know if you've heard the word TACKIA. As to the relationship between Muslims and infidels, this is summarized by the most highest word. We renounce you. Enmity and hate shall forever reign between us. As far as they are concerned, you and them are a perpetual enemy. But their religion allows them to associate with you, an infidel. Their religion allows them to lie to you. It is allowed in Islam. This is one thing people are missing. This is one thing Southeast governors and politicians are missing. And Fulani is using it in the zoo and it's working perfectly well for them. Now, as a doctor.
Go ahead.
Yes, Maz, go ahead. Go ahead, Maz.
This is very TACKIA. I just want you to please, because what I understand about TACKIA, I understand TACKIA is about deceit, the 7 people. You understand? But the way you're going about it now, you're explaining deeper. So, Mazi, I will want you to, if possible, we can cut off this very particular place. So that I want you to really educate Biafrans on this very word, TACKIA. And for them to be able to understand the full meaning. Because I actually want to record this very particular place in a separate, in a different form. You understand? That is exactly what I'm trying to do. That's why I interrupted you. Because it will be very, very useful and it will be very, very important that you educate Biafran. That very word, TACKIA, and how they have been using it against the indigenous people, especially the whole southern part of the Zugeria. Please, Mazin Ikechukwu, go ahead, please.
All right. Now, let's see, what is the origin of TACKIA? Where does TACKIA comes around? People see Buhari goes to the southern region and they give him a Ishiago clothes. He wears his clothes. He wears your hat. In Islam, it's forbidden. I don't know if you hear me, Mazi. In Islam, he is not allowed to go and wear the infidels' wear. He cannot do it. It's against their religion. But Islam allows him to do it in the name of TACKIA, deceit, to deceive you, to think that you and him, you are in the same path, you are friends, he loves you. He's not allowed to do it in Islam. It is sacrilege for a Muslim to come to your home and then wear your chieftaincy because you're an infidel, you're an unbeliever. There is no relationship between you and him except hate. Now let's look at the origin of TACKIA. How did TACKIA start? Or what exactly is TACKIA? TACKIA is a doctrine. It was first codified by Shia Muslims as a result of their historical experience, long insisting that the caliphate rightly belonged to the Prophet Muhammad's cousin and son-in-law, Ali, and subsequently his descendants. The Shia were a vocal and powerful branch of Islam that emerged following Muhammad's death. After the initial Islamic fitna wars that in the year 656 AD to 661 AD, however, the Shia became a minority branch, persecuted by mainstream Muslim or Sunnis, so-called, because they followed the examples of Sunnah of Muhammad and his companions. TACKIA became pivotal in the Shia survival. This is how TACKIA started. The Shia started TACKIA, but now the Muslim in large embraced and accepted what? TACKIA, because Muhammad himself supports deceit. Lie to the unbelievers, hate them in your hearts. When they turn their back, stab them. This is how the Fulanis are ruling the zoo. They will come down and cause confusion in your town. They will tell your chief, we love you so much. This your son is the problem. Please bring him to order. When they say that, they have actually bring about problem between you and your son. You are fighting each other. And then you thought that you and Fulani, you are friends. You are not friends. He's not allowed to be your friend. But because of TACKIA and deceit, he will do it to get what he wants from you. But when you turn around, he will stab you right away. Now, let's continue, Mazi. According to the Arabic authoritative text, TACKIA fi al-Islam, TACKIA means deception. It's a fundamental importance in Islam. Practically, every Islam sect agrees to it and practice it. We can go as far as to say that the practice of TACKIA in mainstream Islam and that those few sects not practicing it diverge the mainstream. TACKIA is very prevalent in Islam politics. Did you hear that? in Islam politics. So there is politics, there is Islam what? Politics.
Even in
In the zoo.
even
So
in the religion itself.
the politics they are playing in the zoo is not the same politics you are playing in the South. The politics the Northerners are playing is called what? What do you call it again? Islamic politics. Now, Islamic politics is coded with what? TACKIA. This is why they will tell you Niger Bridge is ready. Niger Bridge will be ready next year. Niger Bridge will be ready in the next 6 months, but it's all lies. It is called TACKIA. Lie to them, get what you want from them. All right. The primary Quranic verse, listen what Quran says about TACKIA. The primary Quranic verse sanctioning deception with respect to non-Muslim sects. Listen to this. Let believers not take for friend and allies infidels. You cannot be their friend. You cannot be their ally. They can take an Igbo man and make him a vice president. It is wrong in Islam. It is not allowed, but because of TACKIA, they will do it to deceive millions of the Igbos. Their religion says it's fine, but they're not allowed to do it. But they do it anyway. You see, when you are busy doing business with a Muslim man, not all of them, but you know those hardcore Muslim. When you are doing business with them, Alaji, hey Alaji, this and that, in his heart, he has nothing for you but hatred. Because you're an infidel, you're an unbeliever. As long as you're not a Muslim, as long as you're not sharing the same religion with him, you are an infidel. And he must hate you. He's supposed to hate you. But he can lie to you to get what he wants from you at that particular moment. Now, let's see what the Quran says about TACKIA. The Quran says, let believers are the Muslims, not take for friends and allies, infidels, me and you, instead of believers. Whoever does this shall have no relationship left with Allah, unless you but guard yourself against them, taking precautions. You see, you can do it, but be careful so that they don't contaminate you. Now, you can find this in Quran, chapter 3, verse 28, or 27173-2185-429-2278. This is where you find it in Quran. Now, our Taliban tasfir, or Quranic expression, is essentially a standard expressing or referring in the entire Muslim world regarding chapter 328. He wrote, if you Muslims, listen to this, if you Muslims are under the infidels' authority. Now, the reason why an Igbo man will never rule Nigeria, lie. Are you listening to this? The reason why...
And that was the reason why they were very eager either to remove, in fact, they are ready to empty that seat than for Jonathan to continue.
It's a sacrilege. It's an abomination for Jonathan to be ruling them. He's an infidel. Do you understand? For an infidel to rule them is a crime. The only time they can give an infidel a seat of the presidency is for a period of time to get something. And once they get it, they will take you out. Now, this man says,
it wasn't there even.
If you,
it was not their wish to bring to put Jonathan there.
Mazi, this man says, listen to this. If you Muslims are under their authority, fearing for yourself, behave loyal to them. Are you listening? During the time of Jonathan, they were so loyal because they were fearing for their lives. So they were so loyal, they pretend they are very loyal to Jonathan. He said, Jega was so loyal to Jonathan, right? Until the last minute. Jega strike Jonathan behind. The vice president was a Muslim, remember? He was so loyal to Jonathan. At the last minute, he striked because he knows his TACKIA. He knows what he's doing because he's fearing. Jonathan is an authority. Therefore, he has to be loyal to Jonathan. He said that if you people are afraid of them because they are in power, fearing for yourself, he said, behave loyal to them with your tongue. With your tongue. Do you see it? Lies. Tongue means lie. Behave loyal to them with your tongue while harboring inner animosity. Do you hear? He said, behave loyal with your tongue while harboring inner animosity. Allah has forbidden believers from being friendly or intimate terms with the infidels in place of believers, except when infidels are above them in authority. That is why when an infidel, when you're in power, they are busy, they are busy respecting you, and you think that everything is going smoothly. No, they are afraid because you're in power. They will use their tongue to, sound loyal to you, but in a word, they have nothing for you but animosity and hatred. So that is the thing about TACKIA. Now listen to this. As proof of this, now he quotes Muhammad's companion Abu Darad, who said, "Let us smile to the face of some people while our hearts curse them." Are you listening? Let us smile to their face while our heart is cursing them. He's smiling to you and he's saying, "Don't was shaggy." Let us smile with our heart, with our mouth, while our tongue is doing what? Cursing them. Other prominent ulema such as Qataba, Al-Razai, and Arabi have extended TACKIA to cover deeds. Muslims can behave like infidels from bowing.
Oh, goddamn. What kind of network is this? What kind of network? Okay.
All right, Mazi.
Go ahead.
All right, we are back. He says that Muslims themselves can behave like you. They can come to your hometown and worship the idol of your village. You know that? Just to confuse you. And once they do it, your Igwe, like they do in Igbo land, our land, the Igwe will bring a chieftaincy and give him a chieftaincy title, thinking that, oh, he's a friend of ours. He is one of us. But he's doing what? Practicing TACKIA. What Malami did was a very, very, crucial example of TACKIA. That's what Malami did. He brought Nnamdi Kanu to court on the 21st. And the infidels were happy, rejoicing that they've seen Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. On the 22nd, he strike. On 22nd, what? He strike. Why did he strike? He came and began to label Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the media. And I bet you not everybody listened to that press conference. That is TACKIA. Do you know why they postponed the election, the court date to 10th of November? Maz, do you know why? Because they know that on the 6th is Anambra election. And from the 6th to the 10th, they've already calculated the vote. The results are out. The governor is announced. Then come on 10th, they might not even bring Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to court again. So they know exactly what they are doing. It is called TACKIA. But now, because we are IPOB, we are wiser than them. We are 7 steps ahead of them. We said, okay, fine. You want to play? 2 can play that game. Release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from today till the 4th of November, or else we will go on sit at home from the 5th till the 10th of the court dates. Do you see? So 2 can play that game. It is TACKIA. We understand. We know TACKIA very well. We know how it works. But the problem is that our leaders, the so-called leaders, the so-called political leaders, they don't know anything about TACKIA.
These are dumbass.
The so-called people, they don't understand TACKIA. The same people who say to you, go and represent us in your area, kill your brothers. The same people will, at the end of the day, send somebody to kill you. And when they kill you, it does not touch them. They don't feel anything because they hate you.
Your brother
You are an
will say
infidel.
nothing because you have killed them before. That is the TACKIA. You have killed your brother before. So when they kill you, your brother will not say anything because they know you. Okay, who will hear that they shot the person of Opus Odima? No Biafran will cry. In fact, Biafrans will be rejoicing. And that is the part of the TACKIA. Mazi, I think you have really hit it hard there. Thank you very much, Mazi.
Thank you very much,
Mazi. Going back to the one I asked you, I believe you have already explained that very part. Yeah, we have another story here saying that this is from backing Nnamdi Kanu, IPOB. That is Nigerian government are warning nations who are friends of Biafrans. What will you say about this? has it now, is their madness now grown to the extent that, they will not be threatening, other nations. They will not be threatening other nations that are free, they are free to us because we believe, because the people, they don't even know what is called freedom of association. So they believe that they can lord it over their city, their zoo citizens. They can as well lord it over over other nations. This one, how does it sound to you? And what is your own advice to our allies, those who are those nations who are who are our sympathizers? What are your advice for them hearing this?
Mazi, the problem is the zoo constitution is cut and paste. It's not the real constitution. Their constitution is cut and paste. They don't even know what is inside their constitution, the zoo. So, and they don't understand international laws. Because if they do understand international laws, they won't be making such reckless statements. Let me tell you, the people who assist IPOB all around the world, they don't do it because they love you. They don't do it because they love you. I don't know if you get what I mean. They are just following what? They are just following international law that says if somebody is persecuted in his own hometown and he comes to your own land, you must do what? Give him asylum. You must protect him from the harm that he's running away from. You see, you cannot change that. That is the difference between a white man and a black African. A white man doesn't have to love you to work with you. As long as there is a policy, there is a procedure, you must follow that procedure. If the law says, okay, let's see what the law says. Give him asylum. He's running away from Boko Haram. Approved. They will give you asylum. Simple as that. He won't look at your face. He's not interested in what you look like. He's not interested in your color. He's interested in what did the international law says about this guy. But a black person, he has the law in front of him, which says, give him asylum. But he will leave the law. He'll start looking at your face. Why are you smiling like that? My friend, why are you smiling like this? Look at your nose. Look at your nose. You look like a criminal. But the law says, give him asylum. He's not interested in what the law says. He is interested in your face. Where do you come from? Omoibo, you are an Igbo person. Omoibo Olush. You are Anyamari. I don't know if you get it. That is the difference between a black African and a white person. A white person will see you in the morning. He will say, hi, good morning, good morning. He is not greeting you because he loves you. He is greeting you because his ethics, that's how he was trained. This is why some of our people who went to overseas, they work in a company, they see a female counterpart who smiles at them every morning. And they thought that they thought that the lady, they thought that this girl, they thought that this white girl, this white beautiful girl is interested in him. But he doesn't know that the girl is smiling at him because that's how she was trained. And then you make a move on her, you touch her, and then she will lay a sexual harassment against you. Then you learn the hard way. Do you understand? So what Nigeria is doing, or they are saying, is in their nature. They don't know the law. They didn't go to school. Some of them are intellectual. Even their professors are fake. Their doctors are fake.
Man, talking about showing love as if showing love or following law. Showing love and following law is a two different thing, which is you also explain the difference within the black and the white. And talking about this, we now have the Efulefus. We now have the Efulefus Southeast governors coming out today to say they want to fight for. In fact, I don't think that there's any of them that has mentioned such. But the Zoo media are portraying, this is part of the TACKIA. We are still on TACKIA now. So saying that the Zoo media are saying that the Southeast governors, the Southeast political leaders are now making moves to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu so that that one will be ringing in Biafran's head that, oh, now they are waking up. Oh, now they are waking up. For them to be able to escape on the 6th of November. So, Mazi, what is your own thought on this? And don't also forget that we also have some kind of animals, some animals that actually went. In fact, in our entertainment industry, we have some animals that went to see the so-called dead Buhari. Look at them. Even those who we thought they are humans, those whom we thought they are respectable, they have dignities, those whom we thought they really love their people. Look at them licking the ass of the janjaweed, licking the ass of the Fulani Caliphate. These are part of the district. And immediately they came out from Abuja. Mazi, immediately they came out from Abuja. We saw the person of what they call this stupid guy. We saw the person of Jim I, preaching unity. We should stop killing ourselves. We should stop attacking ourselves. As if Biafrans are killing themselves. As if Biafrans are attacking themselves. If not the oppressors, those who do not want them to be free, those who want to keep them into everlasting slavery, those who are deceiving them with TACKIA to sign another 4 years slave document in Anambra State. Mazi, what is your thought on this, please?
Mazi, do you see that is TACKIA in action? That is TACKIA in action. For the past few weeks, we have seen the influx of Southerners into the Aso Rock. We have seen the influx of Southerners into Aso Rock. They're going there to meet Buhari, or they're going to meet Femi Adesina because of the Anambra election. Now the question is why? Because I'm going to say this. I'm an Igbo person, okay? So, and if I say it, nobody will blame me because I'm an Igbo too. There is something fundamentally wrong with my people, the Igbos, and that is the ego. An Igbo man has a problem with ego. For him, it's all about going to see Buhari. Do you know who I am? I've been to Aso Rock. I've seen Buhari. Have you been to Aso Rock before? That's all. That's all for an Igbo man. Are you listening to me? That is all for an Igbo man. Even if his brother is dying today, he will tell his mother, please take him to the hospital. Let me go and see Buhari. Just to get that accolade. Just to go and get that feather in my cap that I've been to Aso Rock. That's a typical Igbo man. He counts about what he's going to gain today. He don't think about tomorrow. That is our problem as Igbos. If you look at that picture you just showed me, they're all Igbos. They are all Igbos. Instead of them to go and say, please, what is happening in our land? How do we save our land? What is the problem? Why are our youth agitating? You will never see them address the issue of the youth and the agitation, but they will run quickly to what? Aso Rock. He's telling you now to unite and go and die. As long as I don't go see Buhari, I don't get certificates. When I go there, that will not concern me. That's a typical Igbo man for you. And the reason why, I'm being honest, I'm an Igbo person. The reason why we haven't gotten Biafra today is because of we Igbos. I said the reason why Biafra have not come today is we Igbos. We are the problem. I promise you. You see, one thing I like about the riverine area people, oh boy, if they know one, they know once. Sure you get. You go talk from now to tomorrow, you know they're interested. Any day where a riverine guy go decide, say, you see this Biafra, oh boy, I don't read you. Where you go get him? Then he won't turn back again. That is how they operate. But you will see in IPOB, saboteurs under oath. He doesn't want Biafra, but he's inside IPOB. And you ask yourself, what is this guy doing inside IPOB? So that he can cash in, looking for a loophole, opportunity. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is incarcerated. Oh my God. All of them now have raised their voice. People you don't know. You know, I went to one of them to her Twitter account. Do you know how many followers she have? 2,000 something followers. Bro, I have almost 8 to 9,000 followers on Twitter. She have only 2,000 something, and she's making noise. That is a typical Igbo person for you. Until we Igbo, let me tell you one thing, I don't massage evil. I don't massage evil. The reason why we lost the war is we Igbo too. Sabo Chua, Sabo, and that Sabo has not ended. We are still, as a matter of fact, it's like Igbo land has become a place where sabos are manufactured. Different shape, different style. Saboteurs with feeding bottles, saboteurs with napkin, saboteurs with bone in their hands, saboteurs who live on airtime of 2,000 naira every week to destroy your people, to destroy your future, to destroy your generation, to destroy your unborn children. Igbos, we are holding ourselves. Igbos, we are holding Biafra. Any day we want Biafra, we will get it. Are you telling me that if the governors in our land in the southern east of Igbo parts will unite and say they want Biafra, are you telling me we're not going to have Biafra today? For Yorubas, they don't really want to do the one. Desperately want it the way we want it because they are favored. Yorubas are favored even on this continued government. They are favored. Yoruba get their share, quite all right. They can decide to stay in Nigeria and they will still be okay. But if we decide to stay in Nigeria, we will not be okay. We are dying. If there's anybody who needs to leave Nigeria today, it is Biafrans, especially Biafrans of the Igbo extract. Biafrans of the Igbo extract.
I don't agree with you on that, though. I believe it is the riverine people that's supposed to anchor this very struggle mostly. They are the ones that are supposed to anchor this very struggle mostly. And the way their turnout is not really encouraging because they only say because there's something that I normally encounter from our people. They will say until we don't say okay, don't set. Okay, until they don't kill your brother. All this small killing, not be killing. Until everything does scatter. Before you go no say now you need to fight. And we are the
Mazi, let me ask you, who is killing our people? Who is killing our people?
It is the zoo. The zoo and the TACKIA agent.
No.
The zoo.
Mazi, listen. Let's call a spade a spade. The zoo is not killing our people. Our people are killing us. Hope Uzodimma, in as much as he is an agent of the zoo, it doesn't change the fact that he is an Igbo man. Willie Obiano have killed so many of Igbo people, so many Igbo Biafrans. Does it still change the fact that he's not an Igbo man? Okezi Bazu of Abia State has massacred our people. Does it mean Okezi Bazu is not an Igbo man? I'm asking you, who have killed our people? So let's forget this thing of the zoo.
Why can't they learn from this man, the Senator Abalarebe?
So let's forget about. You see, I hate this thing of the zoo is killing us. The zoo is killing us. No, our people are killing us. Our people are what's killing us. If our people say no to the zoo cannot do anything to them. Look at Yoruba. Some of those Yoruba governors during the time of Fayose, they will say no. They will refuse. Rather, the federal government will hate them and start talking nonsense about them and try to remove them from power. Wike have killed our people. Is Wike what? What is Wike? Wike is an Igbo man who is suffering from loss of identity. So I keep on saying what I'm saying, that we the Igbos, including me, we are the problem why Biafra is not yet restored. And I'm going to say it tomorrow. Quote me, I said so. Any day an Igbo man wants Biafra, Biafra will come.
Thank you very much, Mazi. Thank you so much. You know, as we're bringing the program is coming close, you know, we are going close to end the program. And I will advise our people, if you have any questions, I mean the hard ones and the intelligent ones, you have Mazi Kechuku here, live here with me. You can bring it on. Of course, it will be well dealt with. And this is the number to call on the screen, +491 521 7543169. I repeat again, +49152175436169. That is the number to call on WhatsApp only. I repeat, on WhatsApp only. Moving further, Maazike Chuka come across this very headline, the Turkish government, the Turkish prime minister or president, sorry to say, the Turkish president saying that terrorists who try to host him out of his government are in Nigeria. They are in Nigeria. And this guy is also coming to Nigeria to discuss about, whatever they want to discuss. And we saw the Afenifere, because you also mentioned, I want you to put two things together here. And you also mentioned about our leaders in Biafran land. Our leaders in Biafran land, we don't even have leaders, those who are TACKIA agents in Biafran land, if they decide that they want Biafra to come, Biafra will surely come. Talking about that, we have the Afenifere saying to Buhari openly, you just use the person of Fayoshe as an example. And I can also remember that we also have somebody like Senator Balarebe. We also have somebody like that who speak boldly all time. But it now seems that now only him. So, but still, they are unable to conquer him because he is speaking the mind of his people, and his people are with him. Look at what Afenifere said to Buhari here. They said even Buhari, they were addressing Malami here. They said even Buhari campaign for Sharia law, apologize to Sunday Igbo and Nnamdi Kanu, Afenifere elders. So Mazi Ikechukwu, what is your thought? What are the advice will you give, especially those who are in the entertainment industry? What are the advice you have to give to them? We have somebody like Chinwe Taloagu, who has came out boldly countless times, even in their detention. Do you think these people need to beg for the spirit so that they can do these things constantly? Not that they come on today, they switch off tomorrow. So Mazi Ikechukwu, what are your advice for all our entertainers, those Biafrans in the entertainment industries? What is your advice for them, please, Mazi Ikechukwu, as you are bringing this very program to an end?
Mazi, okay, let me make it generally, because if I concentrate more on my people, they're going to crucify me. But you see, the truth must always be told. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn, I promise you. The truth must always be told. And you don't have to love me or like me. Just listen to the content of my word. If they make sense to you, then take it. If they don't make sense to you, you can throw them through the trash. Life goes on. You see, Mazi, the problem we have in Nigeria is all of us started from somewhere. All of us, the so-called entertainers, the so-called celebrity, they were nobody before. This Ibu you see, because I was born in Onitsha. I was born and bred in Onitsha. Ibu was a nobody. Ibu was a karate teacher in a primary school, very tattered. He was a karate teacher making some few money. You go there, you pay him 150 naira or maybe 20 naira. He will teach you karate. That's what Ibu was doing. But luckily, because of the gift of God in his life, he blew and become somebody big. Now, in his mind, he has arrived. In his mind, other people can go to hell. That is how the mind of an average Nigerian operates. Once I make it, oh boy, why no one can spoil this country for me? Me don't allow me to enjoy my money now. I never suffer enough. I was suffering now. I don't blow. When I want to carry this on a Biafran thing, can't spoil things. That is how the mindset of an average. Maybe you never know. Maybe tomorrow, if I become a millionaire, I might be like them. I might be telling you, Olajite, we don't do this Biafran thing entire. Make me live and sell, but go enjoy money. That's the life of an average Nigerian. Once you make it, other people can go to hell. And they forget that the same masses, the same people who are being killed are their customers. They are the same people who are what? Patronizing them. If we don't buy Ibu's movie, he wouldn't have blown. But now, on our shoulder, he have climbed to fame, and we can go to hell. That is an average Nigerian mindset. So, there is nothing I can advise them here, bro. I don't even want to waste my saliva. Say I advise a Nigerian.
Thank you so much, Mazi. Thank you, Mazi.
Which kind of
okay, before we go to the last topic we have here, let me quickly play this because he has a relationship. He has a connection to the last question. So it is very, very important. I'm going to play Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's voice once again for Biafra.
Do you now understand what we are fighting? We must make it very, very clear that we are in a struggle for liberation. There is no democracy in a revolution. We are in a perpetual state of a revolution. There is no democracy. We are a quasi-military organization, not in terms of our outlook or pursuit of what we believe in, but in terms of how we are structured. It is called command and control. That is why we are the highest, the largest mass movement in the world. When Biafra comes, you can do all the democracy in your life that you want. There are a lot of things that we are doing that we cannot tell you. When we tell you sometimes, oh, but why are you telling us? You don't have to tell us. But when we don't tell you, you also complain. Oh, why haven't you told us? So we cannot win. If you take them up, they say, you know, Sumabeke is the dead body of a white court mine those days. White colonialists. What do you see? This state commissioner. Take him up, you say no. Bring him down, you say no.
Thank you. Mazi Kechuko, let me quickly ask this. How can you rate the current relationship within the Oduduwa and the Biafran people as it is? Because it appears that our both leaders, the front runner of the both struggles, are in detention as we speak. How are we should I say, coping or cooperating since the arrest of our leaders?
Mazi, you know, people want freedom. That is for sure. And when you want freedom and I want freedom, you see, there will be this connection because we both want the same thing. Obviously, it's not the rest of the whole of Oduduwa that wants Oduduwa Republic. Same applicable to Biafrans, you know. But those in Oduduwa who really want freedom, and those in Biafra who wants freedom, there is this communication, there is this, you know, feelings. They understand each other. I mean, here in South Africa, now and then we protest together, we do things together all around the world, as you can see. So I still believe that our people are solidly behind what we are doing from the Oduduwa side and from the Biafra side. Of course, there should be little sabos there. And then the same thing I'm saying, the people in powers who don't want to lose their power, because for them, their own freedom has come. But for the masses, they still want freedom.
Okay, thank you, Mazi. Talking about collaboration again, the Biafran people and the Ambazonian people, especially in the defense area, how can you rate the relationship? Is this relationship improving from the way our leaders left it before it was kidnapped? How do you rate this relationship, especially in the defense area, Mazi?
All right, Mazi, when it comes to the issue of Ambazonia and Biafra, I can tell you right now, that is one hell of a relationship right there. It is tight. I mean, you heard the leader of Ambazonia addressing Biafrans the other day. That is to show you how cemented the relationship has gone. The thing is, people are asking, Fulani thoughts, this is the conspiracy that led to the rendition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, which was, the illicit affair between the Southeast governors and politicians, and then the Nigerian government and some saboteurs in IPOB as well. You see, their thought and their mind was, if we kidnap Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, take him to the zoo, put him in jail, IPOB will fall apart. Then we can go ahead with Anambra State election. After the election, then we can deal with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But to their surprise, IPOB become more strong, more solid. ESN is still functioning. Everything is intact. Even the little saboteurs who arose within us, we don't trample them with leg. They don't exist. They just live for Facebook. They yap. Share you get. So that is the thing. That is the thing I'm telling you. You see, Mazi, IPOB, for you to penetrate the structure of IPOB and destroy IPOB, it will take you 150 years. Do you know why? People have died. Blood has been spilled. And the dead are crying for revengeance. And then you think you can come because of your selfish, reasons or your desire to come and penetrate IPOB. It's not going to happen. Because, see, Olajite, I know say you want Biafra the way I want it. If somebody want to come destroy what they do, oh, the network. Can you hear me, Mazi? Can you hear me, Mazi?
Very loud, very clear. I can hear you.
If somebody comes now to destroy what we are doing, only you and Najite single-handedly will handle the person. You will even strangle the person because of how much you want Biafra. Talk less of millions of us in IPOB. This say na German block. Go penetrate. Happen. So our relationship with Ambazonia in terms of strengthening each other's border-wise, ESN and whatever is intact. Unfortunately, we cannot divulge what is taking place, but it is happening. Thank you.
Of course. Thank you very much, Mazi. Thank you very much. I will want you to actually give your a closing remark, and especially, I don't want you to just come here without addressing the coasterners, because it is very, very important. Because people like me, this is the reason why I'm here. This is the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing today. So to make sure that our people are also part of this very not we don't want the history to go down in a way whereby they will say, they just sit down, they bring freedom, come give them. We want it to be whereby it will be on record that we ourselves, we fought for this very freedom. We died for this very freedom. We paid the same price for this very freedom. So, of course, we haven't gotten there, but with the way things are today, I believe we are getting close. So, Mazi, what are your advice? As you are also giving your closing remark, what is your advice for the coasterners in the riverine area?
All right, Mazi, what I would like to say is, first of all, the coasterners, in our language, in Igbo language, we say Igodo. Igodo means a key. All right. And then, of course, you have the Igodomi Igodos. So our leader always said that the coasterners are the key to Biafra. They are the key to give us Biafra. And I'm beginning to understand why our leader said what he said. I'm opportune to mentor a person of Efe. In this struggle, I've never seen a woman who is like a man, like Efe. I'm going to be honest with you, because I've worked with her and I've known many exploits she have done secretly to ensure that IPOB did not disintegrate. I know when there was this coup that was being planned while I was in Israel, I worked with Efe, and Efe exposed the whole coup. Even this present one that is happening now, Efe played a very big role in exposing what is happening. That goes to show you what an average coastal person can do when they apply their mind. You see, those days has gone when we used to pamper people from coastal region. Not anymore, because now they are even there. Look at Faith. In as much as Faith, whatever she's doing, I know when she started, she was begging Faith to assist her. But when you see her now on Facebook, says her mouth to the sharp, Do you understand my point? You look at all the people who started small. Today they have blown. So for the coastal people, it's more like a Holy Spirit. When the Holy Spirit descends on them, you cannot stop them. I have Tarinami who also broadcasts with us on this platform. Okay, I taught him how to do radio, took him through the process. When I was teaching him, I was telling him whatever, whatever. So
You know,
when he started to
sorry,
broadcast,
Mazi, sorry to cut to come in here because I'm also aware that Mazi Kimo Eterinemi was under training with you because when we told some people that broadcasting on Radio Biafra has a procedure. In fact, you have to go to the
you
school.
must be trained.
so,
You must be
so
trained.
exactly.
Mazi, listen to this.
Fine, sir.
Mazi, listen to this. Listen to this. I was saying before, before I started, I introduced myself. So tell people my background and my credential. So I was reading, somebody wrote and said, I beg we're not interested in your qualification or whatever. Just focus and say what you want to say. But I know there's always people like that. But you see, the thing is, it's not easy to get qualification for overseas for Bodo Ibo. Bros, my own degree now for Bodo Ibo now I study there. So if it diverts you, make you go hang electric pole wherever you day. See, in 2017 when I started to broadcast, I was the first satellite station. The first. I used to stay on air for almost 4 hours, 5 hours, because not only me and then London, no other person. Do you understand? Then Mazi Alozie came on board. I helped him here and there. Mazi Ike Peters came on board. I helped him here and there. Almost all the broadcasters, I had inputs in what they are doing. Do you understand? So to take you back again to Tarinami, what I was saying is I trained Tarinami. So I'm more like his mentor in radio. So, but what baffled me, that's when I begin to realize, say, coastal region with the carry last. As somebody who trained you now, I will be on air broadcasting. Tarinami is supposed to come after me. So maybe I've taken like 2 minutes of Tarinami's time. As his boss now, he's supposed to relax, say, boss, they air. But he go send me message, say, bro, so now my time in the chop so. Now, what am I trying to say? The boldness. Do you understand? The boldness. Even though you're my leader, you cannot trample on me. Even though you're my leader, you cannot steal my own time. Do you understand the thing? I love that. So I'm trying to say that our people from coastal line, they are taking their place. They are not playing this baby thing. Oh, talk to them nicely. Oh, they are from coastal region. They go run away. Oh, but talk to them boldly. Swear at themselves. They go swear back and we still continue. So all I'm saying is that let our people from coastal line, we expect more from them. They are trying, but there is more. Because let me tell you, they are on a special assignment as far as Biafra restoration is concerned. They are one of the ingredients that will give us Biafra. So we need them to do more. What they are doing now is fine, but they are not doing enough. They need to step up. They must stop playing this thing of, oh, the Igbos are the big brothers, these people are the big... No, there's no such. We are all equal in the eyes of the law. Biafra belongs to all of us. For goodness sake, it is a coastal man that gave us the name Biafra. So that tells you all you need to know. Thank you, Mazi.
Thank you so much, Mazi Ikechukwu. I am very, very happy. In fact, I made sure that I took a lot of your time today. It is not easy to track you down. So when the opportunity comes, once in a while, we make use of it. So, and I feel satisfied that I really make use of this one. So thank you very much, Mazi Ikechukwu, for joining us. My name remains Onajite Igo. Onajite Igo is from the coastal region of Biafran land and Izo and Urobo speaking Biafran. Of course, I will be back here the same time, same day, same time next week, Sunday. And I believe we will be looking forward to the next date because I should be booking down now. So Mazi Ikechukwu will not have any reason to turn me down in the nearest future. So I should be booking your time down. So we will be expecting to see you here once again as issue comes up We would like to hear from you to share with us what's on ground, to educate Biafrans on things, and especially I believe that a lot of your questions, so most of the people's questions have been asked here by me, because these are the kind of questions they have been asking. And I thank you for the opportunity that you have given to us to have you here. Once again, Mazi Ikechukwu, thank you, and thanks to every
Thank you very much.
Biafran that have been watching and sharing this very program. And of course, make sure you still continue sharing this program until we get to the doorstep of our enemy. All hail Biafra. See you next week, 5 p.m. and 4 p.m.
Bye.
Biafran. Thank you.